Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Sentinel League 3.18. In this episode, I wanted to go over the Sentinel stuff. It's pretty daunting. You get overwhelmed with Sentinels. You have way too many. I filter out all of them except the rares, and I've simplified it to look for only a few mods of each type. I also have a controller that you could copy, and you could easily switch this to the yellow one, and I'll talk about the yellow one too, and I'll talk about the ones I use and what I look for. So, first off, I just want to go over the things I look for. So currently, the craziest one of them all for me has been currency. Actually, it's Sentinel Reward. Sentinel Reward is the greatest thing ever because it gives you a chance to get more Sentinels and these upgrade cores and the recombinators, and it's all the Sentinel rewards that you want. This is better than currency. Then Sentinel rewards here, and there are none in the yellow category. Okay, so Sentinel rewards on red and blue are sick, and then you want to like combine them to keep the Sentinel reward, try to keep it going, keep the lineage. And then I say currency, and then there's like divination. I find that one pretty cool. On top of that, I found that you want to get this mod. So if you can get a combination of Sentinel reward with add rewards is even better. It's an increased chance to add rewards, and blue and red has this, but yellow doesn't, and yellow's is increased reward. They have increased rewards. So then with yellow, you don't get the currency and the Sentinel reward and shit. Instead, you get shrines and auras. So then the other one you could get with this is quantity or rarity. So I found that the craziest yellows are basically like increased rewards and quantity, and then the quantity would have to be higher than T3. Like you probably don't want 300 or 400 quant. It can go upwards of 650 quant at the highest. So literally double the quantity. Well, 50% more on the high end, and then the increased rewards on top of that 25% increase. I figure those would stack pretty well. I haven't used much of the yellow, and it's obvious that you would definitely buff up bosses like the expedition boss with high quantity, increased rewards, get tons of expedition currency. The rerolls, you could also do it to the Eater of Worlds and get the Ami, for example. I haven't used the yellow much. We'll stick to the red and blue, but I could still give advice because I've organized all of them. I've deleted all but this, and then this is enough to keep replacing if I just focus on these mods. So Sentinel reward, currency reward, divination reward. There was also fossil reward. I've also found quantity. So then combining quantity add reward, Sentinel reward all together, or currency quantity add rewards. I've had so many different crazy ones. Quantity really helps on the red one for the rewards, and then having rewards is really important for it to actually give you stuff, and then having increased chance to add rewards is also really nice. So those are the three or four that I've been using for reds. And then in here, we have the same thing. Currency happens in this one too. You have the add rewards, and then you also have the quantity. So that's what I've been focusing on. And then the best, obviously, is when you get the chance to add rewards, quantity, and one of the good rewards, like Sentinel reward or currency reward or something, because then you're stacking it. Like this one has quantity and add reward scarab. This one's quantity essence. This one's quantity empowerment. Oh, empowerment is also interesting because in this tree it told us here that empowerment increases the damage and damage reduction of an enemy, but it also increases the experience and item yield when killed. So the empowerment on these is technically important too, but I put less focus on that and more on the actual rewards, the quantity, and the normal stuff, because the empowerment is pretty standard across the board, and even the range of like the low empowerment versus the high empowerment, there wasn't too big of a difference. There's also unique ones that are really cool, like the arbiter, and then there's also in the stalker, I had the hollow-eyed, which is the headhunter sentinel I used in the other video. You have the megalomaniac, which is just really hard monsters and no rewards. I don't know why you would do it. And then this one is tons of added rewards and empowerment as you get like through this, so then near the end it is super strong and super rewarding. It's actually really fun to use escalation. I find it really worth it. It's been really good. And then my final thing, you have the yellows, and I mentioned quantity, increase rewards is like the main things, and then I said the biggest thing I could think of is maybe big empowerment, 600 quant, increased rewards from the expedition boss. Getting tons of runic rerolls and shit is insane. And then my tree, I'll explain it real quick. So we get our first sentinel, and then I went down this way because I want the duplicate non-unique enemies from the stalker sentinel. Then I wanted the add rewards, not consuming. I wanted the number of empowered enemies. Then we come across here. Instead of coming through here, because I didn't care about the not consuming, I wanted it to be closer to the end pathing. And then come up here just to get the extra sentinel. I didn't grab the number of enemies empowered because I already have trouble hitting the max on the Pandemonium Sentinel because you have to have a big pack. You can empower a lot of enemies, except for this one, which is only empower 37, PogChamp. Much easier as a minion build to hit only 37 rather than 100. Even a normal build, finding 100 monsters on the screen is kind of hard sometimes when your build can't stop killing. And then we can deploy it a second time. And down here, I did the duplicate power cores, which has been really fun. The empowerment increases the item yield, and then I did the less common reward types, which it seems to affect the boss drops potentially. Like when you buff up a boss, then maybe the rewards from the boss get affected, and the rewards are 30% more likely to be sentinel. So then I wonder if using this on the Eater of Worlds with the yellow, with the quantity and the increased rewards, and using this, maybe rolling the boss with empowerment, and then you could even have the 20% chance for double loot, so you could get 2 of the amulets, 20% more amulets basically. If you hit an amulet, you have a 20% chance to double it. That's really crazy. And you could even get the 30% increase rewards where you only empower a unique enemy, so you could totally use the yellow to buff up Eater of Worlds and shit and try to get more ammies. It's an idea I haven't tried it yet. Don't know for sure that it works, but it seems really cool. And when you break down the Sentinel into these mods, and what you're looking for, it's so much easier rather than doing the crafting and the combining and you just have your rares and you look at the mods and you can't craft them other than combining anyway. It's really nice. It's really sick. And then when you break it down to just these mods, you shouldn't be overwhelmed by too many. If you're only looking for quantity, add rewards, increase rewards, sentinel reward, currency, fossil, the divination, good rewards like that, and increase reward. Then the last one, empowerment, is technically a thing. Add rewards. Yep, all of that should help you. And I'm telling you, the one that people like the most is sentinel reward. Of any of these rewards, like currency, sentinel's the highest value, so you could run those first to try to get more sentinels, get more juice, get more cores. Yeah, it's really cool. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for. I hope this helps anyone who's trying to get into Sentinel and is too confused and overwhelmed and they're being spammed. My filter only shows the rare ones. You could also filter out the bases, but it's fine now that we know just to simply look for good reward, quantity, or add rewards, or increase rewards, and empowerment. It simplifies it a lot. It removes a lot of modifiers. Basically, we were flooded and overwhelmed by way too many mods, and it's when you see these, you're like, oh yeah, that's obvious. Of course that's what you want. And then the rest is like fun extra bonus stuff, and you don't worry about it. It's really sick. And then technically the bases kind of matter because you can see the amount of empowered enemies and stuff. The amount of empowerment, the everything. There's so many different things here, but I've tried to simplify it for the normal average player rather than the complete endgame min-max. This then becomes min-maxing when you could pick and choose the exact ones you want to use. Like I had this one, currency, quantity, disgusting. I had this one, quantity, 587 with increased rewards, determination aura, and it lasts 76 seconds. So technically you could just use these for buffs with long durations and then not even actually be using these to buff up monsters, and you could just have extra auras like aura bots, but I don't really want to do that. Either way, if you guys like this video, if this helped you with your Sentinel and it simplified it for you and now you can make tons of money with Sentinel and it became a lot better, thank you guys for watching. Like the video. Let's get 50 likes in one day on this video. I think you guys can do it. Thank you guys for all the support. Thank you guys for hanging out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any more questions about Sentinel, and if I left anything out, and I'll leave a link to my controller in the description below. Bye!